You've built your reputation by keeping everything and everyone on track. Whether you're planning events, managing launches, or running the operations behind successful businesses, you're the one people count on to make things happen. You've mastered the details, the timelines, the moving parts. But lately, you've started to wonder, what would it look like to go beyond implementation? To not just manage the work, but shape the strategy that drives it. Because you can feel it, right? There's a gap between what you do and the value you truly deliver. You see, your clients creating impact and they're creating revenue, and you know you're a big part of that, but you're not being recognized or paid like the strategic partner you really are. That's exactly where your next chapter begins. Evolving from the behind-the-scenes hero to the trusted partner who helps clients create events and experiences that foster connection, drive conversion, and ultimately transform lives. Evolving from that behind-the-scenes hero to the certified event producer who gets paid like the strategic partner you really are. And here's a quick reality check. The multi-billion-dollar coaching and expert industry isn't getting smaller, it's getting smarter. The people who win aren't just inspirational speakers, they're the teams behind them who engineer the experience, the enrollment, and the transformation. Producers are the profit partners. We make sure the message lands, the moment converts, and the numbers make sense. That's the role I choose, and it changed everything for me. My finances, my freedom, my confidence, and the kind of impact I get to have every single week. But first, let me take you back. In 2008, I had lost 2 homes, a relationship, my car, my income, and I had to move back home, but not to my old room. You see, because I received custody of the 3 cats in our breakup, I couldn't live in the house, which meant I ended up sleeping in my parents' barn. I wasn't just broke, I was exhausted. And I remember one night trying to sleep. The concrete floor was cold and damp, and every sound echoed. The mice in the corner, the rustle of the hay, the smell of horsehair, leather saddles, and dust circled around me. And I pulled the sleeping bag tighter around me and thought, how did I end up here? How could you get yourself into this situation? Why did you say yes to putting the houses in your name? You knew this relationship wasn't going to last. In your gut and your soul, you knew. You didn't listen. Why didn't I listen? And as I lay there with the springs of the cot poking me in the back and my cats trying to comfort me as tears streamed down my cheek, I had a knowing that this can't be the end of my story. And knowing what I won't do is not give myself a chance. I'd rather fail trying 1,000 times than live a life that says I never tried. I chose to bank on me. And maybe you've been there where you know you're talented, but you can't see a clear way to make money with what you're good at. That was me. I could organize, I could lead, I could calm chaos, but I didn't see a path that actually paid for those skills without becoming a coach or staying stuck as an assistant. And then came the spark. I was backstage at an event, not on stage, but watching from behind the curtain. I saw the lights and the timing, the stories, the music, the precision of it all. And in that moment, when the offer dropped, people lined up in the back of the room, credit cards in hand, and it hit me like lightning. This is a machine. If someone can design and run that machine, they're not just helping, they're essential. So I said yes to a small gig that terrified me. No fancy title, no portfolio, just a clear promise. I'll own the run a show, align the team, and make sure the host can stay in their genius. I undercharged and over-delivered. The host sold more than they ever had before. Word spread, talk to Shay. And that was the start of everything. Over time, my confidence grew, my rates grew, and my identity shifted. I wasn't just a planner anymore. I was a producer. But I want you to hear this part clearly. I didn't have a blueprint. I learned every lesson the hard way, through the long nights, the trial and the error, and a whole lot of figuring it out as I went. I made the mistakes that cost me time and energy and money because no one was teaching how to do this the right way. And at the time, there wasn't a single business mastermind positioned to help somebody like me. The coaches and the consultants were teaching how to sell your coaching program, not how to build a service-based business. And the event planners that I ran into were focused on the floral and the decor and not the strategy or the profitability. So I was caught between 2 worlds, too strategic for the planners and too operational for the mastermind. deadlines. However, the day I stopped selling hours and started selling outcomes, that's when the work became meaningful. The income multiplied and my life started to feel like my own again. And it's still happening today. I just returned from producing a fulfillment event in Cancun, Mexico, where the event host generated 6 figures in revenue. The event created transformation for the audience, profit for the business, and impact for everyone involved. And here's the best part. I also gave myself the gift of staying a few extra days to enjoy the all-inclusive resort, the beach, and recharge. That's the power of this work. You get to create extraordinary moments for others while building a business that gives you freedom, flexibility, and joy. If you're coming from corporate or you're an OBM or a VA, you already have the transferable skills. And when you package those skills with the right frameworks, clients stop paying you for hours and start paying you for outcomes. And outcomes command premium fees. Planning is logistics, producing is outcomes. And that one difference is what separates a $25 an hour assistant from a 6-figure producer. Because for so many talented people just like you, that gap has turned into a pattern. One that starts with passion and ends in exhaustion. Now, you may started this work because you love bringing ideas to life. You believed if you just did excellent work, the right people would notice. But here's really what's happening. You're up late fixing last-minute fires, tracking client details that no one else remembers, carrying the mental load of 10 people, and somehow still being treated like a helper. The client posts a big, huge win online. Their event made $80,000, $90,000, $100,000. And you, the one who built it, barely cover your hours. You refresh Stripe, $0 in. That's not flexibility. That's just burnout in a pretty outfit. And it's not your fault. You've been trained to think your value is in doing more instead of leading better. And the worst part, you've been following advice that was never written for you. Just raise your rates, build a team, add more offers, show up more online. You've tried it all. But that advice was made for coaches, not service providers. So my fellow online business managers and VAs and event planners, it wasn't meant for you. It was for people selling programs, not producing transformation. You can't charge strategy and strategist prices when you're still being hired as help. That's like putting a crown on a houseplant. It doesn't make it a tree. And, build a team. You can't scale something undefined. That's like adding more rowers to a boat with no rudder. You just go around in circles faster. Market yourself more. Visibility without positioning just exposes the gaps louder. You've been trying to build an empire using somebody else's blueprint. A blueprint designed for a completely different kind of business. And it's not that you're not good enough. It's that you've been playing the wrong game. And that game ends the moment you start thinking like a producer. There's a new way to work, one built for the people who make transformation possible. So my mission is to turn the backstage experts, the event planners, the OBMs, and the VAs into architects of transformation the new economy is built on. Because the world doesn't need more support. It needs leaders who know how to design event experiences that create connection, trust, and tangible results. You deserve more than polite thank yous and last-minute fires. You deserve to be seen, not as the help, but as the heartbeat of your client's success. Having acknowledgement for your mastery, ease in your workflow, partnership instead of pressure. The old way handed you just burnout and breadcrumbs. The new way hands you ownership, income, and impact. Because when a certified event producer wins, everyone wins. Clients finally get events that convert, teams get structure that scales, and you get to lead with both heart and strategy. We're not planners anymore. We're producers of change. The truth is, you were never the problem. The problem was the model you were taught to build your business on. Most of the strategies out there were created by coaches for coaches, people selling programs, not services. And when planners, online business managers, and VAs try to follow that playbook, it doesn't seem to fit. Their businesses run on marketing and mindset. Yours runs on deliverables, deadlines, and results. So when you try to launch like a coach, it breaks. Because no one ever showed you how to build a profitable service-based business around real transformation. You were taught to think like support and not like a producer, to focus on getting things done instead of designing outcomes that generate revenue. It's not that you're missing the magic. You've just been missing the method. And that method, that system that turns expertise into income and impact, is exactly what you'll master inside Event Producer Mastery. Let me show you the framework our certified event producers use to build multiple six-figure businesses while helping clients create events that truly move people. Inside Event Producer Mastery are the frameworks our certified event producers use to turn their behind-the-scenes skills into multiple six-figure businesses while helping clients create events that drive influence, revenue, and real transformation. Let me show you how it works. The producer pivot. This is where you shift from planner to profit partner. You'll learn to think like a producer, understanding the psychology and the strategy behind events that actually convert. You'll create your first tangible win, the event strategy blueprint, a map that proves you can think like the strategist in the room. We pair that with live labs where you refine your identity, test your strategy, and get feedback directly from our team. It's a confidence building start that makes every new certified event producer feel supported, capable, and connected from day one. Now, you'll master the machine behind the magic, the systems, tools, and leadership skills that make high-stakes events run with ease. You'll study real case studies from Grace and Ease Productions and put it all into action through your certification simulation, where you plan and present a full event strategy and run a show. This is where confidence clicks, and you go from I can do tasks to I can lead teams. Finally, you'll turn your expertise into a business that scales with purpose and profit. You'll package your services using the Event Producer Offer Stack, price with authority, and master the client conversations that convert trust into high-ticket contracts. Most of our producers land $10,000 to $30,000 clients within months of graduating, and many go on to build stable, multiple six-figure businesses serving the top coaches and consultants in the industry. This isn't about working harder. It's about finally earning what your expertise is worth by using a system designed for your kind of business. You're not just managing events anymore. You're producing transformation. And the results, they speak for themselves. Shauna M. Scott came into the program ready to grow, and she did. Since earning her certification, she's built a thriving event strategy and production business, serving high-end entrepreneurs and corporate clients. Within her first year, she earned over $160,000, proof that this model works far beyond theory. Then there's Angela Kring, already an accomplished conference director. She used the frameworks inside Event Producer Mastery to strengthen her systems and increase profitability for every event she touched. Today, she partners with our team at Grace and Ease Productions, leading high-impact events that merge structure, psychology, and experience. She's a living example of the producer model in action. And Marcy, she started as a virtual assistant, managing other people's to-do list. Now she creates transformational experiences that move people, combining buyer psychology, visuals, and emotion to design moments that truly convert. Her clients don't just thank her for execution, they credit her for the impact. These are all the faces of the new generation of producers. Leaders who serve with heart, run with strategy, and finally earn what their mastery deserves. And they're not the exception, they're the evidence. So if you can see yourself in their stories, if you know there's more you're meant to bring to the table, your next step is simple. Book your producer pathway session. It's a private conversation where we'll help you get clear on what's keeping you stuck in planner mode and help you to step into producer level income and impact. Map out your personalized roadmap to become a certified event producer and build your six-figure business, and identify your next move inside Event Producer Mastery to fast track your certification and your profit potential. Even if you decide not to move forward, you'll leave with clarity about your direction, your business model, and what's possible next. It's simple, it's strategic, and it could change the way you work forever. Now, you still might be wondering, will clients really pay me premium? Yes, because you're not just coordinating, you're engineering revenue. You could be asking yourself, do you have to be visible all the time? Not at all. Some of the best producers I know are introverts who thrive behind the scenes. And can you do this without experience? Absolutely. With clear frameworks, guided labs, and real feedback, you'll build confidence faster than you think. Now's the time. Apply for your producer pathway session and let's start building the business and the impact you've always been capable of. Because you've spent years building everyone else's success stories, now it's time to produce your own. When you step into this work as a certified event producer, you're not just managing details anymore. You're designing experiences that move people and building a business that moves you. You're no longer the one behind the scenes hoping to be seen. You're the trusted partner at the strategy table, helping your clients create events that drive influence, revenue, and transformation. That's what happens when you stop trying to fit into somebody else's blueprint and start building the ecosystem that was meant for you. The next generation of producers is already stepping up and they're waiting for you to join them. Let's create the events that move people and the business that moves you. Event Producer Mastery gives you everything you need to become a certified event producer. The strategist behind experience that connect, convert, and create change. Apply for your producer pathway session now and take your first step towards becoming the producer of change.